the next iteration is called a pilot because it goes out without them. Basically, it needs to sort of somehow survive in this person's home and life for a few days on its own. This is our last, kind of hurrah here. You're way down here. We went from that sort of slow design thinking learning to a really aggressive sort of agile pattern in the second half of the semester. And if you notice that we had this like every 2 weeks, you have the next physical iteration due. We really want to see, what did you build? What did you learn from it? What's your intention for the next round? Your new design, the product design, is part of this evaluation and the plan for creating that product. And so to get there, the students are going to be working with their prototype. Some of them may create a new iteration. Some of them will be evolving the one that they have and building on it. But they're going to need to work with their partner with that prototype to get it ready to be a pilot.
All right, so we're going to talk about our pilot setup first and what we gave Margie. So this was our original adaptable arm grabber handle, and for this pilot we decided to test out the different handles that Margie wanted, including an angled one this time, the continued straight one here in the middle that she could use. So for the different physical upgrades, we separated them into the dry ones, which were the duster and then the broom. And then we added 4 wet ones.
Yeah, this is the log we gave her. We kind of just asked her for when she used it, tell us which task you used it for, which handle you used, and they're labeled A, B, and C. Which head you used, and those are numbered 1 through 5, and then whether or not it was comfortable and any kind of feedback she had while using it. And I was not expecting her to fill out both sides of this, but she sure did fill out both sides of this and go onto this paper. Yeah, and then we had a couple follow-up questions at the end that were just about did she not use anything? Is the storage rack useful? How is the weight of the whole thing? And
because of her tendonitis, she has to keep her wrist and her middle finger straight. So if she was going high up, this one would be really useful for her. So she could go like this. But then if she said she was low, she wants to use this one because she's able to keep her middle finger straight with her wrist. So we get feedback like that. And she gave us she told us how she used each of these individually when we came there. And she was using these kind of interchangeable, as in...
She was using the tall one to do things that were high up, like the top for picture frames. Mm-hmm. And then she was using this one she really liked it for the slats on her closet door, as well as the the trim on her bottom of her floor wall corner thing, whatever that's called. We made this little rack for the wet ones to sit on, and then the pocket was for the dry ones and extra handles.
And this is going how do you have a picture of how it goes in the closet?
Easier way of hooking because we use these hooks there.
Long-term fabrication, carbon fiber is going to be hard. There's a reason why mass production is reliant on aluminum tubing, because it's cheap and readily.
Well, let's back up. What are your design principles as you're thinking about this pole? What are you going for? We're assuming them as we talked. When you're choosing the material, what are the principles that matter most for her and for you?
So for function, it has to be light for sure. It has to be as light as possible. So I think that's where aluminum tubing would come in handy.
One of the things that we did today is invite colleagues in to come with us around to visit different teams. That's right. And we're really lucky to have colleagues who are very generous with their time. Every year we have people working closely with, if they're working on an electrical project, they'll be working with an electrical engineer.
Basically, we are making an app and sensor system for Joe and other visually impaired users to effectively navigate public transportation. And we were actually able to deliver to him a fairly complete product yesterday, which was amazing.
This is a compass of our visit to our community partner after giving him our pilot prototype. So these are just some observations that we made while there. So for example, he didn't enjoy that the image of the map was being called image of map. And then here's some ideas of things that we could change about our pilot prototype to make it fit more with our principles and also to address some of the observations we made. And then here's some experiments of things we can actually do.
You need to think about, you need to have him test walking up to the beacon and doing different types of feedback schemes. Generating the haptic feedback is pretty easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is what we need to do.
We just got this walker back from a pilot testing so we had Marilee use it for about a few days, and so she gave us some feedback about what she wanted. We added an extra layer of padding to the seat, and we got feedback on that. She said that she would rather it be thinner and more firm because she felt like she was slipping off of this.
But if she's really putting weight bearing on these, you have to kind of be careful about how high you go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's going to be out, you know, like this, walking
Yeah.
around.
Yes, you can cover it, but now how does she get into it? By lifting this up, same as a thief
Yeah.
would? So I don't know that it's
Oh, we were gonna lock it.
We're gonna latch, give it a simple like a latch kind of thing.
to make it a little harder to get into.
Yeah.
Does she have the dexterity to open that?
Yeah, she has like finger dexterity,
Also,
so
it
she
would be
could.
someone else.
Yeah, also like Paul could open it or.
And
Because like the whole thing is
I don't know.
Principle, like her principle is independence as much
Yeah.
as possible, right? So